all know our lives are filled with individual choices. Some may lead us to success and some may not. But every choice we make will help us or teach us something we may not have known. Choices can also be very complex depending on the stage and age we are in life. For example, a child picking up that one toy he or she is allowed to from so many can be an extremely confusing decision. Picking the right university for a teenager can also be quite complex. I'm pretty sure most of you are in this situation right now. But as you grow older, the choices will only get even more confusing. For example, choosing the right investments, insurance, the right life partner, a career path, or even a job. It must also be noted that not making a choice is a choice as well. There's so many of us from different cultures and different backgrounds. But look around you. Look at the students who have graduated from the same school. They have graduated from the same school, studied from the same teachers, and studied the same subjects. But everyone has a different path. Why? It's because each and every one of us has the free will to make a choice. And once we make that choice, it is up to us to stick by it and give it our 100%. Because there is nothing such as partial commitment. We cannot let our growth be dependent on luck, chance, and especially people. According to Abraham Maslow, who's one of the most influential psychologists of his time, he said that one can choose to go back towards safety or forward towards growth. Growth must be chosen again and again, and fear must be overcome again and again. Now, of course, we may make wrong decisions all the time. It's absolutely normal. In a way, that's actually good for us because this will help us carve our own path and help us to make better decisions during tough situations. Failure is a necessity for growth. But if we have failed multiple times, it is time for us to stop, re-strategize in order to achieve that goal much more easily. Our failure may sometimes not be dependent on us all the time. It's also due to external factors that is outside our control. So do not get demotivated and assume that success is 100% achievement. Now let's get to passion. Did you know that 84% of 16 to 24-year-olds do not pursue their passion as their career? They think they don't have the right qualifications, they don't know where to start, they don't have the confidence, neither do they feel they have the right support or guidance in order to achieve that goal. My take here, pursue whatever you are passionate about. Because in a 24-hour day, the most amount of time you spend is during your day job. Now, if you don't like your seniors or colleagues, that's absolutely normal. That's at least half the battle won because you like your job. There could also be situations where we are forced to take a job that we don't like. Consider this temporary. You are not alone because 66% of millennials say they expect to leave their jobs by 2020. So what does that mean? It means they feel their current situation is temporary and they feel their growth is stagnated. On this note, let me speak a little bit about myself and the choices I made. So, I had an eating disorder when I was a kid. It's actually surprising, but I didn't eat anything until the age of 5, except desserts. As I grew older, my love for food and desserts increased drastically. I just wish this didn't have a direct impact on my weight though. Now, post-school, I ended up choosing mechanical engineering, and while I was studying, I ended up getting my driving license and my own car. I took this opportunity to explore town and find the most unique desserts around town with the help of social media. I would post these same pictures on my social media without having the intention of starting a blog. I didn't even know blogging was a thing in Dubai. I would post the pictures in a similar fashion how any of you would share your vacation pictures online. Now my friends would tag their friends, and their friends would tag their friends. And just like that, by word of mouth, people came to know that there's this crazy lady who only eats desserts. It only seemed rosy though until I graduated from university and got a full-time job. I started working as a mechanical engineer, and at the same time I used to get swamped with reviews that I used to do in the evening. I used to do about 5 reviews per week, and after that I realized I need to start pursuing my master's in mechanical engineering in energy. Because in order to progress in my mechanical engineering career, I had to have a master's degree. So I started doing that, and after a year, I changed my career path. I joined a tech company, and I'm currently working there right now. So that was my second job. Fortune 500 company, MNCs, you know how the deadlines are. So I started working there, and then the ride started getting far more bumpier. At this point of time, I was a digital strategy consultant, and I was pursuing my mechanical engineering degree. I was halfway through already, so I couldn't just quit midway. So at this point of time, I was working, I was doing my master's, I was managing my reviews, being a part of campaigns, attending events, managing my Instagram, and stupid me, I thought of starting my own website. So I had all of this, and on top of this, I had my own personal life to manage. Life was very tough. Sleeping became a luxury more than a necessity. Millennials my age, when given a choice between these two paths, which is passion and a career, would most likely choose the latter. Now, why not think outside the box? Why not choose both the paths, and if time permits, or even better, create your own path and you define what that constitutes? I saw my passion as my ultimate happiness and not as a job. When I was free, during my lunch breaks at work, it's quite hard to believe, but during every lunch break or during my commute to Abu Dhabi to a client site, I would actually be on my laptop and constantly working on my blog. So when people ask me, Naomi, how did you juggle so many things? I just stop and ask them, what do you do when you are free? And just like that, I wait for their answer. I told myself, if I get tired, I need to learn to rest and not quit. And at the same time, I kept telling myself that I can do anything I want, but not everything. Personally, I wanted to get experience in every single thing possible, even if that meant just sleeping 4 hours a night. I got myself into UI UX at work. I became a CX strategist, which is customer experience, and I even became a marketing strategist. I love designing, so I got myself into designing, and then I became a designer. It should be noted that my background is mechanical engineering. Guys, your 20s are your most selfish years. It's a decade to immerse yourself in every single thing possible. Be selfish with your time and all aspects of you. If you feel everyone around you is just sleeping and slacking off, that's absolutely okay. Let them sleep while you grind, and let them party while you work. Trust me, the difference will show in a few years. It's definitely not all work and no play though. There's a fine line. Just remember that nothing changes if nothing changes. And if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never your goal. So far, I think all these tips have definitely worked for me. I'm so proud to share a few of my accomplishments. I have been recognized as one of the Hot 100 most influential influencers and Asians in UAE with the top 50 blogs and over 83,000 followers on Instagram. It's never, ever easy, and it will only get tougher, especially with age. But just keep asking yourself, if not now, then when? And are the habits you have today on par with the dreams you have for tomorrow? Additionally, do not wait for anyone's consent. One day, day one, I decided. One day, day one, you must decide. If you are waiting for your significant other, a family member, a relative, your family, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. You need to start when you are ready. Many times, several people even judged me for choosing multiple roads. Several people kept bashing the fact that multitasking even existed. Those were the judgmental ones. And the people who used to not judge, they were my actual supporters. Do not feel let down when you are being judged, because you need such people in your life to challenge you, because you will constantly be proving them wrong, and that will help you climb up the ladder. Do not allow them to influence any of your decisions, but use their negativity in a positive manner to get stronger. When my road had obstacles, I kept getting right back up. Whenever I fell, I saw a lesson and not a failure. I had discipline and I believed in the process and not just my goal. I convinced myself that no one had my vision, which is why I never even had expectations if no one was beside me. I settled for short-term rewards in order to achieve the long-term goals. I used to do almost every single thing for free. So guys, remember, when you're at a cross path, ask yourself, what will I gain with this decision and what will I lose? Can I uphold my character, my values, and can I concentrate on my mental and physical health? Now, after you make that decision and you are in your niche path, you must remember that you cannot compete where you cannot compare. You always need to learn from successful people, because as cliche as this sounds, you don't know what you don't know. Always remember, you get what you work for and not what you wish for. Plan where you want to see yourself in 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, or even 5 years. Build roadmaps if you have to. Physically, if you want to. In my room, I have stickies and a glass board that I keep updating every time, so whenever I'm slacking off or watching shows, I know what my goals are. And the more you keep seeing it, the more you'll be repeatedly reminded what you're supposed to do or achieve. On your road to success, you will also find a lot of nasty people. Always remember to characterize them by their actions, so you are never fooled by their words. In every single thing you do, you are choosing a direction. Your life is the sum of all your choices, and thus you are a reflection of them. If you want a different result, you need to make a different choice. You and only you are responsible for all the choices that you have made for your growth, happiness, and especially freedom. If you have made a decision based on someone else's choice, you are the only one who will go through the consequences. We all know Abraham Lincoln. He had more failures than success. But the magnitude of his success was enormous as he kept learning from every failure of his. For us to learn from our failures, we need to accept and remember that the failure was indeed because of our choice. And definitely we can't blame someone else for it. In life, you'll be faced with 4 choices: evolve, repeat, discard, and create. Choose wisely, because we are what we choose to be. Thank you.